Today I'm sharing some important senior dog grooming tips that can help keep older dogs safe and comfortable during the grooming process. We'll talk about working around warts, skin tags, and lumps, how to avoid clipper injuries, and ways to support dogs with arthritis, sore joints, and mobility issues.
For those who don't know me, I'm Elizabeth Jenn, professional dog groomer since 2010.
So to safely get this done, it's important the first thing you need to do is be sure that you're feeling the dog's skin. We need to feel the skin. Wait a second. You need to go through and feel the dog's skin to be sure that you're not going to catch one of those little warts or one of those little growths that are there. Now, writing them down is important. I usually write down, like, example has a wart behind left ear, or on the thigh, and I'll write them down. Now, for him, I'm going to read this just a second. He has some on the head, right side from back. Right here, back here, right behind his ear. Okay. He has one around his foot. And yeah, watch for warts, it says. All right. Well, I call them warts. They're growths. I don't know. I am not a veterinarian. So, as you're doing this, if this is the first time you're grooming the dog, come in and feel. I got one right here where my finger is. I'm using a 7-blade here, and I'm just going to remember where that one is. It's tiny, so I know I can just kind of float above it. And usually young dogs don't have these little growths, but you never know, so it's always good. See, he's got one right here. You never know. It's always good, to get to know the dog's skin. So he's fine all the way here. You don't want to be removing those growths with the blade, okay? How about this side? There's none here. And on the side of the arm here, he's all good. Okay. And I'm going to show you how I shave the legs here. Oop. Now, yeah, I'm going to show you something. Jack here, he coughs pretty easy, okay? I'm gonna show this, sorry. He coughs pretty easy. He has, his trachea is really sensitive. So what I usually like to do, you just reminded me. I prefer bringing one leg in, see how it's around his neck here? I'm gonna bring one foot into that loop like this. And he won't cough as much like that, or he won't cough at all, hopefully. So I'm going to show you how I shave the legs while I'm at it. We're still looking for little warts because they can be anywhere, between the toes, anywhere. So I like to do this as I, just section by section. He doesn't have any new warts from what I wrote down. There's one right there. Oops. Stand up so you can see. Now, usually here, I'll come in and I'm going to come in and do a reverse at the bottom of the foot here, of the leg. I'm just going to reverse. And the reason why I reverse is because in this area here, when you're going downwards like this, you can't catch all of this here, okay? So when I do it in reverse, I'll catch it better. And the way I do that, I'll hold the dog's leg, see the knees here, and I'll keep my thumb right up here. And I'm not forcing anything, I'm just holding it still so that he doesn't fold his leg. Okay, so when I come in this way, I can get all of that out. And do the same thing, I'm holding the leg the same way, and I'm going to do the inside like this. So this is just so that I don't hurt him, so he doesn't get hurt. Now let's do the sides here. This wart here, oh, there's another one there. See, these are new. He's got a lot. Now he hasn't had his bath yet. He's going in the bath. I usually like to shave first, then go in the bath and give a second shave to do the nice clean shave after. Anything new here, honey? Not feeling anything new. Yep. All right. So I'm going to finish this up and I'm going to move on with the groom. I'm going to show you how, he just had his bath. I'm going to show you how I clean out his face here. Now, some dogs just don't want their faces washed, and he fights me at the bath, so I wash his whole head, but I don't wash this area. I wash the area once I'm at the table because I can't do it. He just squirms and moves and fights me, and I just don't want to get soap and water all over in his eyes, so I just try to keep it clean, just this area here, best I can. So I'm going to show you how I do that. First, I'm going to use a little flea comb here, and we're going to come in and see if he has any poopers in the corners of his eyes, which he does not have much. It's not much, guys. And I'll usually just wipe that on there. Okay, and I'm going to check to see if his bum also has some little poopers left there. He's all good. He's pooper free. All right. So I usually wipe it up, and then I'm going to throw a whole bunch of alcohol on there to disinfect. All right, so what I will do though, because I didn't wash, I'm going to use eye cleaner here. I'm going to use 2 of them. Now this is just pet eye wipes. There's different kind of tear stain remover, cleaner, and whatnot. So I'm just using this one here. First I'm going to cut, sorry. I like to get rid of the hair here first so that I can then clean properly. I use my tiny scissors. If ever you do use curves to cut around the eyes, it's best to use the curve where the curve comes in this way and not out that way, okay? In this way, so that you know, that you have less chances on catching his eye or something. Okay, so clean that area out like that. Stand up so you can see better. We're going to clean this with this product, the whole stop area, because Mister just does not want me to wash, none whatsoever. Don't mind the little bubbles. This is formulated for the eyes. There's no rinsing needed. All right. What I can do though is I'm going to wipe it up with a little cotton round here. There. So now you're all clean. You always need to check your round to see if it's clean, because if it's not, then you're not done cleaning. All right. So I'm going to go in and get a clean round here. And I'm going to add some ear cleaner. Look at his ears. Now, older dogs often tend to have problems with their mouths. It's always good to check out their teeth. He got his teeth cleaned not that long ago. He's got good teeth. But some dogs don't have good teeth. And that means that even if you're washing around the eyes here, you know, you're kind of pressing, right? They could have inflammation in the jaw, in the gum line, and that could hurt them. So they might back up and want to snip or bite. It doesn't make them a bad person. It doesn't make them a bad dog. It just makes them, ouch, that hurt, you know? We clean out his ear here. So when they're older, you have to be careful around the mouth. And as dogs get older, they get grumpier. You could have groomed the dog all his life or her life, and then suddenly the dog doesn't like certain things, like lifting a leg, to start snipping, like clipping the toenails or snipping the hairs, and then suddenly the dog's like growling or wants to bite you. But as they get older, they get pains, right? And sometimes it's not even just pain. Sometimes it's just, you know, they're older and more grumpy. They don't feel like it anymore. So that's why some dogs are like that. I mean, it's like, oh my God, I've groomed this dog this whole time and now the dog's not happy with me. And the client doesn't understand and we don't understand. No, I'm explaining to you the reason why. All right, I'm gonna dry him up and I'll see you in a few. So I dried him up. I did not dry his feet and I did not dry his head. And the reason for that is he gets a little too excited and jumps around. And when a dog gets older, you don't want them doing that. You don't want them getting too, if they're afraid or if they're just like too excited, like I mentioned. You don't want to be doing that because you don't want their little hearts to be beating really fast, and then you don't want any heart attacks. You don't want any, you know, any scary things or accidents, or, you know, they could fall. And when they're jumping around like that, they have, you know, they could have, joint problems, and you don't want any more damage happening to the poor little dog. You don't want any pains for the dog. So if it's a little struggle, then you stop, okay? And he might have had the dryer his whole life, and suddenly he does not like the dryer. And when that happens, that's when we switch dryers. So it's always good to have on hand different types of dryers. I have a brush dryer. I'm going to show you here. This is and this is by all means, this is not promotion here. I'm just showing you what I have. I have this little wand dryer. I call it a wand dryer. That's not what it's called, but I have this little dryer here. I have a brush dryer here. I got all of these off of Amazon. So you can check. I leave affiliate links if ever you want to see those dryers. I also have the Do's here, this one. Okay, and it's just, you know, it's got 3 speeds, and it's, you know, it's just an awesome dryer. I usually use that dryer for faces. But the thing is he doesn't like any of these dryers, none of them. But if he doesn't want to use the dryer, we're just gonna dry by hand. What I will do is I'm just gonna let it air dry. And once again, as I mention all the time, this is not competitive grooming, guys. These are our pets, so it's not as important as if it was a competitive grooming dog. And if it was that type of dog, the dog would just let you do it, right? Because they're trained to be like that, you know, to be acceptant of all of the instruments. So what I'll usually do is I'll just give a little bit of a dry with the towel. Same thing on this side, just a little. And using your comb or your brush, you lightly, see how all of that, just rub that. You need to separate the hairs. When you separate the hairs, it dries quicker, okay? So we're gonna do the same thing for his feet, because Mr. does not like me drying his feet. He doesn't even want me to do his nails, so I have to do it with Mom, okay? So I got those feet, see? He just doesn't want me to touch his feet. So I'm gonna let that air dry. I'm gonna give him the rest of his groom. And of course, remember that when they get older like this, they are grumpier. I mean, he's not so old, but he's getting up there in age. And they're grumpier, and they could have pains in their legs, pains in their tummies. I have one pup that the whole tummy here, I can't touch the tummy. There's a problem with his tummy, around their mouths. They can get ulcers and, you know, the infection in there. And their toes, sometimes their toes are gonna get crooked. And if you're doing nails, which I can't show you here because he won't let me do it, okay? But I will explain to you. If ever you're doing nails, you always see me do nails this way, lift up, and I do the nail like that. Certain pups, when they're achy, it's best to just lift up the foot this way. And you can look at the nails sideways and have a look underneath to see if you don't want to hit that vein, right? So that's why I do it this way, because underneath I can see the vein really well. But sometimes you just got to change your position because the poor pup, you know, is in pain sometimes. And same thing for the foot in front. We're just going to lift up just a little bit off the table. You don't want to lift too much up. So, yeah. If ever you have any more questions about older dogs and how to do specific things or whatever, I can demonstrate that, and I'll do a video and I'll show you how that's done, and I will reply to you. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll finish them up and then I'm going to show you the result. I upload new videos every Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you feel up to it, you can watch the next video in my Up Next videos right here. Till then, guys, bye for now. Bye!